Hi, everybody. Welcome to this late moonlight stream. And I bring you news that President Trump has tested positive for COVID-19 and First Lady. Just a bit of commentary coming right up. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this moonlight stream. Shout out to the loyal patrons, Derek C. Williams, Killer Whale Channels, The Definition of Anarchy, Christ or Imperial H, Let the Truth Be Told, Cold War Jesus, Little Miss Goth, and AZ Infidel. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to the loyal patrons, the subscribers, and the followers on Periscope. Well, and shout out to Banging Gears. It's been a lifetime. Nice to see you. Shout out to Great White Northerner. And as you can see, the tag here is that President Trump and First Lady have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, this story is it's going to be quite under development. I see that this is going to be weaponized. And of course, you have the typical liberals doing their due degenerates, and I'm making up words now. And I'm going to share with you the tweet that includes, now this is from the direct line of the president. So you can see this for yourself. I don't know if there's going to be a statement released from the White House or the press secretary, but this is certainly 14 days out. This is looking a little bit less than what are we, less than 40 days out, and he's tested positive for COVID-19. So according to this tweet that you see before you, and what you can see, hoping you can see that here it reads, tonight at FLOTUS, and I tested positive for COVID-19. We will begin our quarantine and recovery process immediately. We will get through this together. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, this sounds just a little bit, I think we all can say that it was plausible that anyone could get it, but at this time, with the completion of one debate, and it seems like I'm reading some reports here that it's been maybe even attributed to someone else testing positive for it within his, within staffing, I would imagine. It's very interesting. I'm not sure. This is it's funny. I had a little bit of we talked earlier about the debate. We did a little bit of a debate, and not a debate, but we talked about all the buzz surrounding the debate and the issue of white supremacy, that was at the forefront. But I have no idea, and I think the stock market is pretty much, it's pretty volatile in response to this. So we'll just have a little bit of a look at that as well, since I'm in here. So we'll just see what that says. And I mean, I think it's fake news? No, because of course Bloomberg, if they don't report anything, halfway accurately. They're going to give you two truths and a lie at least. So I'm going to bring you a clip on that, which I'm not saying it's a total confirmation, but looks like they are showing the stocks and what's happening, the response. Um, so we'll just have a quick look at this. This is a 3-minute little clip here. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in to this segment of Black Spring with Autumn. So let's just have a look here. Thank you guys so much for all that you do. Thanks so much for coming in. So we're not going to be on long. I just wanted to bring that to you. And oh, wow. Shout out to Alien Believers. Yeah, shout out to you, Banging Gears. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been a lifetime, and I do mean a soft lifetime. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you guys, I'm going to share with you a bit of a Bloomberg report.
You were invited on. We were going to talk about the jobs report. It's the last jobs report today before the U.S. election. Does anything matter anymore today?
Well, I think we're going to get lots of different news, lots of different headlines. Markets are going to try and process what this could or could not mean. And I think, it's very likely that more normal markers, stimulus, the jobs report, get lost in the volatility for the next couple of days or so until we get a clearer picture of what's actually happening. So I think, there is a real risk that we get lost in this story now. But I think, looking ahead, as I say, one would have to suggest the balance of risks are that things normalize over a couple of weeks, and we go back to trying to work out, on the basis of where we are at the moment, what's happening to the labour market, how does that affect election chances, what's happening to the prospects of stimulus, how does that affect election chances, and how does the public react to this? Is there a sympathetic reaction? Does that give the president something of a bounce in the polls? We saw something of that effect come through when the UK Prime Minister contracted coronavirus all the way back in March. So there are lots of different factors to try and get in. But of course, when you get breaking.
Shout out to everybody in the stream. So I just wanted to say, they don't call this is very apropos, the election infection. And I'm saying this is, of course, I'm kind of echoing this guy's sentiment here, but I'm saying this is going to be a developing story. And I don't know what it's actually going to mean for, or how it's going to be weaponized, or what that vile Congress or that speaker is going to do with this. This is an opportunity, right? What's the saying? This is from Rahm Emanuel. Never let a crisis go to waste. Politics via crisis. I think I really, it's really scary. I think the implications could be really scary. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Shout out to Alien Believers. I'm so glad you came by. Shout out to Banging Gears. It's nice to see Banging Gears. I've seen Banging Gears here in can we say 6 months? So once again, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Talk about bizarre times. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I mean, I actually, prior to seeing some of the financial market responses. I actually read, I guess these stories are going to be so wild. I know they're going to blame it on rally. They may blame it on rallies, or, I mean, as frequently. But see, to me, this is also a testament to if the president is tested regularly, then what do they actually know about? What do we really know about this? For someone to be tested as regularly as he is, and you can still be carrying it. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't think this is, I think he can survive it. But I don't know what it means in terms of how long he's had it, or I would imagine that he's tested every day, or I'm not sure how frequently he's tested, but I would imagine it's pretty regularly. So I don't know. It almost, I don't know. It just seems like this thing is a crapshoot. What are they going to try to shove down our throats? I mean, what are they going to call a nation another? They're going to call a lockdown. See, I'm saying the left literally has their way. They literally have their way of getting what they want or pushing their agenda forward. They literally do. And I just think this is not good. This is not good at all. It's not good. Not good at all. I don't really, and that's why I'm saying I'm going to continue to watch this story, and maybe we'll catch up. I'm sure we're going to catch up tomorrow at some point as this thing unfolds. But with it being you guys are at 3 a.m. on the East Coast right about now, and this story broke roughly an hour ago or so, approximately. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I really appreciate you guys so much for coming in. And we can finish out this one with our friend on his coverage right now. And we'll probably wrap it up within 10 minutes or less. Thanks so much for tuning in.
News like this, when you haven't got the certainty of what's going to happen, then there's a lot of uncertainty that trades through.
Yeah, we saw the initial market reaction, as you say, when Prime Minister Boris Johnson contracted COVID-19, and then things kind of started to normalize. I guess the worry here is that it is so close. We're about a month away from the U.S. election, David, and that could bring fresh skepticism, fresh worries to the U.S. election, as well as the fact that we're supposed to have more presidential debates. As you say, this could affect campaigning. If you're waking up this morning, what do you want to own? Where are you going to hide?
Well, I think, again, it depends on what you think the outcome is going to be. And I think, in the short term, there isn't a great tactical shift to come through. There is an uncertainty over risk. Our argument has always been that if we saw the president replaced, if we see President Biden come through, and particularly if that comes with a large swing such that the Democrats also get the Senate, then I think there is a possibility the markets react relatively negatively, given that the Democrats' manifesto, Biden's manifesto, is one to increase taxation on the corporate sector, albeit to recycle that into the broader economy. And we've always been concerned that there's a risk of a negative equity market, certainly reaction that comes through on the back of that. So I think, the risk now is that markets start to preempt that. They think that the president won't be able to compete, say, as aggressively in some of the campaigns. He won't be able to compete as much in the head-to-heads, and that could affect polling, and that might make it somewhat more likely that Biden gets forward. So I think there is a risk that you see a negative market reaction, and so people may try and front run and preempt that a little bit. That's why I think you're seeing some of the bids moving into Treasury, as well as a sort of traditional uncertainty and risk off from here.
Shout out to everybody in the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And so, yes, this will be a developing story, and we'll certainly keep an eye on it. And I hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to Banging Gears, Alien Believers, Great White Great White Norther, and Great White Norther. Yeah, it's so funny. I just realized what you actually wrote here. Well, you know what? That if that's your gift, I guess you need to reach for the stars. And I don't know if you still believe in Santa Claus, then I guess that's the depth of that's the depth of that's a tough place to be in. But shout out to everyone in the stream. I hope you guys are doing well, and yeah, hopefully this will be, this. I think he will recover from this, and you're welcome to say, and I would tell you, Great White Norther, I would advise you to take a look at the community standards. Because you're bringing a little bit of you might want to take a look at that and know what the rules of engagement are. We don't serve troll juice around here. Cool, cold, or warm. We don't do we don't do that here. So you might want to take a look at it. You're welcome to stay, but I would encourage you to do that as soon as possible for future references. We don't wish even in jest. That's not something that we wish around here. Not even for Santa. Shout out to Banging Gears again, and I thank you guys so much for coming in. But yeah, just be on the lookout for the vile and wretched commentary. And I mean, it's nice to see. This is quite revealing. It shows who people really are. People just keep revealing themselves. They're not hiding it. So that's where we are. So you may want to say, keep the president in mind, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on this brief segment of Black Spring with Autumn. You guys have a great Friday morning, and we'll see what comes out. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for hitting the like button or hitting the channelytics. For tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Alien Believers. Yes, thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys around the next live stream, next video, comment section, or in another Moonlight stream. Thank you guys so much. Yes, Alien Believers, thank you so much. And as well as I'll pray for the president, send him good thoughts and good vibes, and and the left, they'll just keep doing what they do, because that's where they are. That's where they live, in a dark place. But thank you guys